Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another time here. Welcome to another time in the upper room. That's not the upper room. That's what I do during the weekday when I do the prayer meeting. This is our book club. We got to do on Sundays. So welcome to another time here. We got to do this on Sunday afternoons, 2 p.m. West African time. We got to do this. So I'm privileged to be here with you to do this. My pastor is here, and today's his birthday. Hello, Pastor Shegun. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, I've not been able to do that on a personal level. I've been pretty busy this today so far, but happy birthday to you, and I'll send you one part personally once I get myself together. But welcome everyone. Welcome to another time here. Welcome to the book club. We've been doing a study through this book. It's our sixth book in the series. It's The Good Life, a great book by Robert Waldinger and Machus. There's a book they released last year, January, and it's a compilation of the studies they've been doing, 85 years worth of study. Yeah, more than 85 years, actually, they've been studying on human development, looking at what it takes to develop rightly as an adult, what it takes to develop rightly such that you live long and well, long and well, long and well, long and well, right? To have a good life, to enjoy your time here, to be fulfilled in life, you know. And the conclusion of the study is that what it takes to have a good life, to live a good life, is relationships, having the right relationships in the different areas, facets of our life, and the quality of those relationships. It's not just about having relationships with that don't have quality. Is that you have the right relationship in the essential areas of our lives, and that those relationships are vibrant enough that we can term them as healthy relationship. Again, when we define healthy relationship, it's one in which people come together because of what they can give, not what they can receive. They come together because of what they can give, not what they can receive. you know Am I on YouTube? Yes, I am. Yes. So they come together because of what they can receive, they can give, not what they can receive. However, what keeps that relationship together is what they get, not what they is what they get, not what they give. Again, we call that a paradox. We call it a paradox of relationship, because what makes a relationship vibrant, what makes it to be enduring is what you get out of that relationship. Even though you don't go into it because of what you want to get, you go into it because of what you want to give. You don't just go into it having nothing to give, right? If you have nothing to give, then it's not a healthy relationship. That means you are subservient to others. You're coming from a bitter position. You're coming not being contributory to that relationship. You're coming into a win-lose or a lose-win relationship. For relationships to be healthy, it has to be a win-win. You have to come in to give something, and you don't commonize your something. It just has to be something. That's all. We're all different. It doesn't have to be the same as what every other person is giving. It just has to be your own thing. And you'll be surprised that what you think is small is big to someone else. What you think is small is big to someone else. Just come with your something to contribute. That's all that's important. So you come in because of what you can give, right? Not what you can receive. You come in because of what you can give, the difference you can make to others, right? And as you come in giving, you will receive also. So a lot of us always we just get into that place where we commonize what we have, and therefore we are humbled by life or humbled by situation. We put ourselves in a place where we are bullied by others because we have already priced ourselves low, right? Priced ourselves low. Therefore, then we're not able then to connect, rightly with others, and with them blame them that they are the ones not connecting. It's because whatever the any way you price yourself is the way other people will price you. If you price yourself that you are cheap, people will see you cheap. If you price yourself that you are expensive, people will see you expensive. People will price you according to the value you put on yourself. Don't be like that person that received one talent and went to hide it. Receive one talent is too small. Other people receive five. Other people receive two. No, your one talent is just as good as the person that received five talents. Don't forget, the master gave according to their ability. Is equity, not equality. Equity, not equality. Right? The master judged the person that received five talents as the level of the person that received five talent. The master judged the person that received two talent at the level of the person that received two talent. The master is going to judge you that has one talent at your own level. He will not judge you as a five talent or two talent. He will judge you as a one talent person. All you have to do is do well according to your one talent person at your level. Life is not about comparing yourself to others. Life is about doing the best you can do wherever you find yourself. Right? That's the way nature judges. That's the way God judges. Right? So when we come into a relationship, it's not about what I can give compared to what others can give. It's what I can give according to who I am, where I am, and what I've been endowed with. Right? So that's important. So we're presently in chapter 8. We started chapter 8 of the book last week, and the title of chapter 8 is Family Matters. Family Matters. Family Matters. That's the title of chapter 8. We took the first part last week, kind of defining what family is. Today we're going to build more on that. We're not going to finish it today. We'll see before I build more on it next week. And I think we'll probably need two more sittings to finish the chapter. But let's focus on what we have for today, which is pretty much still building on family matters. And we looked last week and we remember that scripture. The Bible says that God puts the solitary in families. God believes in family. Family is not a human idea. Family is God's idea. Family is God's idea. It's not a human idea. It is God's idea. You cannot live, you cannot survive, you cannot thrive without a family. Whether it be your blood family, whether it be your adopted family, you cannot make it in this life without a family. So God says he puts a solitary into families. He puts them into families because that's the only way they can succeed. You need to belong to a tribe to be able to succeed. Right? Nobody was created to be a loner. We all shine. We all turn on when we belong to a tribe, when we belong to a family, when we belong to people that know us, people that understand us, people that hear us, people that see us, people that love us, people that care about us. There's something about that turns you on, makes you come alive. There's something about that takes you to another level altogether. It's just like me as a teacher, right? I can come here and talk all I want, but there's only so much I can give. But what you put me in a place where people then ask questions concerning what I am sharing, it takes me to another level altogether, much more than I can ever give you just talking like this, right? When I'm in a place where people can then ask questions around what I'm saying into the directions that they need, you will be surprised how much more I can give by teaching. But when I'm here teaching, nobody's asking me, I'm doing on a general level, right? It's that place again where Jesus says, he says, if you give a cup to a prophet in the name of a prophet, you get a prophet's reward. If you appreciate the gifting of a person, you get the benefit, the beauty, the fullness of that gifting, right? And that happens in families, because in families is where you are known. You are known for who you are. You are known for what you carry. You right? So we're gonna talk more on families, but I'm gonna bring my slide like I always do. I do have a slide, that I put together from the part of the book, we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna bring up that slide here, and we're gonna take today's session, and we'll roll with that. All right, that's my slide. That's our book, and All right, that's our book here, and we have our two authors, Mark Robert Waldinger and Mark Schultz. They led that center at Harvard School, which did this study and still continue to do this study. It's 85 plus years study, and we're pretty much just discussing the results of the study. You know, so we're running this looking at this quote by Howard. He says, call it a clan, call it a network, call it a tribe, call it a family, whatever you call it, wherever you are, you need one. We all need a family. We all need a family. God thinks we need one. God is right. There's no wisdom above God. If God thinks we need one, we do need one. I don't care what you think, you need one. A lot of people think they don't need family. So they go about get pets. You have a dog, you have a cat. A dog or cat cannot take a place of the another human being in your life. You are missing something if you don't have a family that knows you, a family that understands you, a family that accepts you. You are missing something. You are living less than you can live. You are living less than you are supposed to live if you don't have a family that you belong to and associate with. And don't forget, the family is not just by blood, right? A family is also by association, right? That's why God says he puts the solitary in families. Yes, they're not blood. They are by association. It can be by blood. It can be by association. Same thing also when we get married, we form families, right? Is by the agreement, the covenant that we have between ourselves. You're right. So families can come together by different ways, but the important thing is to belong to one, right? To belong to one, right? You need one. You cannot live this life on your own. You cannot run this race on your own. You cannot have speed on your own. You cannot be the best you can be on your own. You need people in your life, right? So let's go on. All right. So psychological inheritance can run very deep, right? Sometimes too deep to easily recognize. So when we come from families, we have inheritance from that family. It could be whatever. Psychological inheritance comes from association. The people we grow with, whatever it is, family that we've come with, which is our origin, we inherit something from association. Every association that we get ourselves into, right, corrupts us. Right. The Bible says every communication, evil communication corrupts. Evil communication corrupts good manners, right? But the key thing there is that every communication corrupts, right? You are the Jim Rohn will put it this way: you are the average of the closest people to you, right? Because we're spirits. And people will relate with their spirits also. When spirits begin to rub on one another, they leave a part of them, they leave elements of themselves in your person they are rubbing against, right? So we do get what inheritance. We get something from those that are closest to us, from the people that we relate closest to, starting from origin, from the people we were birthed with, we had our first few years with, we inherited something, we took something from them. It is what we call psychological inheritance. We took something from our parents, from the authority figures around us. We took something from our siblings, and that is a part of us, right? And it can affect us both actively or saliently, but there's something we took away from our place of origin, right? So the book says, beyond the physical features that we inherit from our biological parents, we acquire habits, perspectives, models of behavior from family members. Yes, like I say, every association corrupts us. Hey, Toba, how are you doing? All right, when Toba gets his voice, but Toba just came in into the Zoom room. So we do, other than the biological features, every association we get into, something we take away from that family. That's the good or the bad side of family. The Bible will say that do not forsake the assembly of one another, because the assumption is that when I fellowship with people, of the same spirit, of the same vision, of the same purpose, of the same direction, we build one another. We build one another. We corrupt one another in a good way, not in a bad way. The Bible says that the body grows by that which each joint supplies, right? Each joint supplies by connection, by association, by spending time together. You know, we bless, we increase one another, we affect one another, hopefully positively. you know. So, um, beyond the physical features that we inherit from our biological parents, we acquire habits, perspective, models of behavior. I have struggled with a religious spirit because my mother is a very religious person. I hate religion. I say that all the time, but that is me struggling with what I got from my mother. My mother is a religious person, but I hate religion. But that's been a part of me, something I got from my mother. You know, my children are in a sense, religious or maybe spiritual, I'll say. They got that from me and my wife, right? Everywhere they go, everybody says they are very respectful, well-mannered, all of that. We didn't put them in one room and teach them to be that. They caught the spirit. They caught that spirit from me. They caught that spirit from my wife, right? And so, but that's good. There are probably some bad things also, which we have to guard against, Uh, but that's a good part of it, They're probably reserved, yeah, coming from two parents that are reserved and introverts. All my children are introverts at different levels, you know, but we get something from the family, or we get something from the people we associate with, and that's just the reality of life, right?